In this tutorial, we'll demonstrate how to use characters and motions from ActorCore inside Unreal Engine 5. First, we need to export a character with motion attached from ActorCore. There are thousands of characters and motions available on the website, but for this demonstration, we'll use free content so you can follow along easily. In the free section, you'll find 3 characters. Select the male character wearing a black jacket and add him to your cart. Next, switch to the Motion tab and go to the free section as well. Choose the Against Wall Turn motion, and you'll see a preview of how the animation performs on our selected male character. With both the character and motion selected, proceed to checkout. After checkout, go to your inventory to download them. Under Default Download, characters and motions can only be downloaded separately. However, under Combined Download, we can pair a character with a specific motion and export them as a single FBX file. Start by going to the Pick Actor tab and selecting the male character you just acquired. You'll notice there is no animation applied yet. Then, go to the Pick Motion tab and select the motion we chose earlier. Now that the character and motion are paired, click Download to save the combined file. In the download settings, keep the texture and blend shape options at their default values. For motion, set the target application to Unreal 5, since this demonstration is done in UE5. If you're working in a UEFN project, switch the target to UEFN instead. But for this demonstration, leave it set to the default UE5 A pose. Once the settings are correct, click Download. After extracting the downloaded files, we can move on to setting up the Unreal Auto Setup plugin, which ensures the character and motion import smoothly into Unreal Engine. To install the Unreal Auto Setup plugin, start by creating a blank Unreal project so we have a location to place the plugin folders. Open the Unreal project. Then, go to Edit, Plugins, and look under Reallusion. You'll see that Auto Setup is not installed yet. Close the project completely and go to the Unreal Auto Setup website. From the ActorCore main page, go to Learn, then Supported Software. Under Unreal Engine, click Download to open the Auto Setup download page. Select Free Download, and you'll see the download link for the installation file. The latest all-in-one installer includes Auto Setup, Control Rig, and the UE Live Link plugin. Download it and run the installation. Once the installation is finished, a window containing the Unreal plugin folders will open automatically. Copy the CC Shaders folder into the project's content folder, then copy the entire plugins folder to the project root directory. After everything is in place, reopen the Unreal project. After opening the Unreal project, first make sure the Auto Setup plugin is installed correctly. You should see Auto Setup All-in-One listed. Once confirmed, close the plugin window and we're ready to import our character. Expand the content drawer, right-click in any folder, and choose Import to Current Folder to open the import dialog. Select the FBX file we saved earlier and click Open. A dialog will appear asking whether you want to use the Auto Setup plugin and if a control rig should be created. Leave these options at their default settings and click OK, which will open the FBX Import Options window. In the FBX Import dialog, expand the Advanced section under Mesh and make sure Use T0 as reference pose is unchecked. If the exported FBX contains facial animation, enable Import Morph Targets so all facial animation data is included. Next, in the Animation section, enable Import Animation. Since this FBX also contains motion data, set animation length to animated time, leave the remaining options as default, and click Import All. Once the import is complete, you'll see the character assets in the folder. Double-click the character's skeletal mesh to verify that both morphs and animation are working properly. Start by opening the Morph Target tab and adjusting a facial slider, such as Smile, to confirm the face deforms correctly. Then, go to the top left corner, open the Preview Animation dropdown, and select the animation sequence that came with the FBX file. After applying it, you'll see the character moving exactly as shown in the ActorCore preview. For now, we only have one animation inside Unreal. But what if we want to import multiple animation files and apply them to the same character? Let's go back to ActorCore. This time, select multiple motions and add them to the cart. After checking out, go to your download inventory to download the motions. In the default download mode, you can only download one motion at a time. However, if you enable the multiple select option at the top, you'll be able to download motions in a batch. Select the first 3 animations and click Download. You'll be prompted to pair the motions with at least one character. In this case, we can simply select the same character we used earlier, since these motions will also be applied to him in Unreal Engine. If you don't want to repeatedly export the character mesh, you can enable Export Motion Only so the FBX files contain animation data only. Click Next. Make sure the target application is set to Unreal Engine 5, just like before, and then click Download. Once the process finishes, all 3 animation FBX files will be saved to your drive. Now let's head back to Unreal. Create a new folder for the animations we're about to import. Right-click inside the folder and choose Import to Current Folder. Then select one of the animation FBX files. Since we're importing animation only, the FBX import dialog will look slightly different this time. The most important step here is to assign the correct skeleton. Select the skeleton from the black jacket character we imported earlier, then click Import. After the import is complete, double-click the animation sequence to verify that the motion looks correct. Repeat the same process for the remaining animation files. Now that all the motions are imported, we can start applying them to our character. Click the Add Level Sequence button from the top toolbar and add the character to the sequence first. We need to save the newly created sequence first. Now, in the Sequence panel, click Add on the left to add characters into the sequence. Then, add an animation track and assign one of the imported animation sequences. Repeat this process for each character or animation track, assigning different motions as needed. We can not only apply animations to multiple characters, but we can also blend multiple animation clips on a single character. If you look at the 2 animations on the right, you'll notice they are root motion clips. They're called root motion because the character's root bone actually moves through the scene while the animation plays. On the other hand, the 2 walking motions on the left are in-place animations, meaning the character stays in the same spot unless we manually move them. The tricky part comes when we want multiple root motion animations to play back-to-back. By default, the second animation will snap the character back to its original position, which obviously isn't what we want. To prevent that, we need to align the motion clips properly. First, let's clean up the viewport a bit. Select the 2 characters on the left and hide them in the outliner. Then, go to the sequencer and delete their animation tracks. Now we're left with just the 2 root motion clips. Our goal is to have the sneaking motion smoothly transition into the running and tripping motion. Copy the tripping motion to the top track. Then hide the character and delete the original animation of that clip. When we connect the 2 clips as they are, you'll immediately see the problem: the character snaps back to the origin as soon as the second animation starts. If we take a closer look at the beginning of the second animation, we can see that the character's right foot is planted on the ground. To get a clean transition, We need to find a matching moment in the first clip where the right foot is also planted. That point is right about here. Trim the first clip to that frame, then move the second clip up so the two clips connect at that point. Now we can align the motion. Right-click on the second animation clip, choose Match with this bone in previous clip, and select the root bone. Keep in mind that the current time indicator affects the result, so if the alignment doesn't look right the first time, try adjusting the timeline position and running the alignment again. At this stage, the root position is aligned, but the transition still feels abrupt because there's no blending between the clips. To fix that, move the second clip slightly forward so the two animations overlap. Then, adjust the blend range using the yellow triangles on each clip until the transition feels smooth and natural. Once the blend is in place, you may notice that it slightly affects the root alignment again. If that happens, simply right-click and align the clips one more time. Finally, because the first and second animations have very different speeds, we can make the transition feel more cohesive by adjusting the playback speed of the first clip. Right-click on the first animation clip, open Properties, and under the Animation section, expand the Playback section. Set the play rate to 2 so the motion plays twice as fast. You'll notice the clip becomes half its original length. From here, just blend and align the clips again like before. With everything adjusted, the transition now looks far more natural and dynamic, with smooth motion flow and proper root alignment. And just like that, we've imported multiple ActorCore motions and applied them seamlessly in Unreal Engine using the Auto Setup plugin. Hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.